Hello loves! Today we're making this tree that took me less than a day and less than $10 to put together. Earlier this month I saw some beautiful wall trees online and I decided to make one on my own wall using stick-on hooks, tinsel, lights, and ornaments. I love the wall tree, but I'm gonna have to disassemble it and reassemble it each year. So when I decided to make another one for a friend of mine, I wanted it all to be one lightweight piece she could hang up and decorate as she pleased. That little purple tree was so cute and simple, I decided to make a full-sized one that I could reuse every year. And this is how I did it. For materials, I thrifted a bunch of different gold tinsel and ornaments for really cheap, so I decided to make a gold tree. And I ended up using less than half of it. I also used some craft wire, but you can use pipe cleaners or even string or twine, and also some tape. I used a large cardboard box for the base and some gold wrapping paper to cover it so everything blends together. Painting the cardboard would have also worked if I didn't have a cat. First step is to measure, mark, and cut out your tree. I made mine about 4.5 feet tall and 2 feet wide because I want to hang it up high on the wall and still be able to reach things. Then you can paint the base or cover it in wrapping paper like I did. And I just used Mod Podge on a paintbrush for glue and smoothed the paper onto the cardboard in sections. Then I trimmed the paper, leaving a little excess to fold over, and glued to the back. After the glue or paint is dry, you can start arranging the tinsel. It helps to use tape to tack it down at the top while you do this. Wind the tinsel back and forth, following the shape of the tree all the way down, and don't worry about being too perfect about it at first because you can adjust it later. I spent way too much time fiddling with this, and then when I finally liked it, I decided to add a different type of gold tinsel in between the rows of the first type of tinsel. Okay, when the tinsel is exactly how you want it, use some tape or glue to tack it in place along the edges and maybe a little bit in the center so it doesn't move around while we secure everything. To secure everything in place so that the tree can hold ornaments, you will need to poke holes through the cardboard between the rows of tinsel near the edges of the tree and also down the center. I did this part in sections, and what you do is weave the wire or string, whatever you're using, through the holes like sewing. Now make sure each row of tinsel is tightly secured so it can hold some weight later. If you're using wire, I suggest using a thick tape to cover the sharp ends of the wire in the back of the tree. To hang the tree, I used a piece of ribbon, but I didn't want all the weight of the tree to hang from one point, so I laced the bottom of the ribbon back and forth through the wires on the back of the tree to spread out the tension, and then I tied it in a knot. I didn't have a star, so I wired some of the gold ornaments together to make one, and then I glued another ornament in the center to finish the tree topper, and then I attached it with wire. And that's the tree. Now you can hang it up and decorate it as you please. I just hung the ornaments and beads on the tree so that I can take them off and do something different next year, but you can always secure the ornaments to the tree so that it's pre-decorated every year. I spent about $15 buying supplies for this project, but I have enough left over to make at least one more tree, so this was extremely affordable if you don't pay yourself for your time. It did take many hours to complete this project. Thankfully, I love crafting. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video or you have any questions, be sure to let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!